Hi guys, and in today's video we'll be talking about installing Starlink on board a tugboat in Jamaica. Now before doing anything, go ahead and download the Starlink app onto your phone. If you have an iOS device, it's the Apple Play Store, and if you have an Android, it's the Google Play Store. Now we have received our Starlink package, and with that package we also received a pipe adapter. So this pipe adapter is due to how we will mount the Starlink dish. Inside the Starlink, the big box package, you will see the Starlink dish on top, so you can remove that. And then you will see the Ethernet cable, the power cable, the power adapter, and the router. So all these components will come together to make one unit. Before permanently installing the Starlink, we'll have to take it outside on the main deck and do an initial startup to make sure everything is working before we permanently mount the system. So first, we'll take the Ethernet cable, lift the kickstand, and insert the Ethernet cable into the port at the back of the dish. Ensure to firmly secure the Ethernet cable into the dish. You will hear a click, and give it a little tug and make sure it's not coming out. After the Ethernet cable is installed into the dish, take the dish onto the main deck, open the kickstand and put the dish to stand. Ensure that the area that you are putting the dish has a clear view of the sky with no obstructions. After that dish is in place, take the other end of the Ethernet cable and insert it into the router. There is a slot for Ethernet cable and a slot for the power cable. Insert the Ethernet cable into the Ethernet slot. After that, insert the AC power cable into the adapter and then plug the adapter into the router. Right? Once that's done, plug in the adapter into the power source. You'll see a light on the router which indicates power is going to the system. Go to your mobile device, go to your Wi-Fi settings, and then connect to the Starlink Wi-Fi. You will see it come up. Once that's connected, open the Starlink app and we'll start the initial setup process. Now, you will be greeted with the Starlink page. So you will click Start Setup. You have a standard system, so you'll click Standard, you'll click Confirm. And once that is confirmed, you can click I have a clear view of the sky, because as long as there's no obstruction above the dish, it should be okay. It will then take you to the booting page. Now this page will show that the system is booting. So this is just the dish communicating with the satellites to find the best connection. While this is happening, to make it a smoother process, we're going to scroll down to Alignment. Click Alignment. If for whatever reason it puts you in obstruction, just click Align Starlink. Now on the alignment page is where you align the Starlink dish for better communication with the satellite system. Now on the alignment page, you will see a dish with a square around it. Now what this page requires of you to do is lift the dish off the deck, the physical dish, and rotate it. As you rotate the dish, you will look on your mobile device and see that the dish icon is also rotating. Now you will rotate this dish until it aligns perfectly within the outer square, outer rectangle. Once it's aligned, you will see that outer rectangle highlighted. You will now put the dish down and allow the system to continue booting. While the system is booting, we can go ahead and configure the Wi-Fi settings. This is just changing the Wi-Fi name from Starlink to possibly your boat's name, and the password to a designated password that of your choosing. So we'll scroll down to Wi-Fi not configured, and we're going to click Configure. Once we click Configure, it will open the settings and ask you for a network name. you will type the name of the boat. After typing, for my boat, it's Ajax. After that, you will type a password of your choosing, whatever it is. But this password is what will be used to connect to the network. Once you've submitted a name and a password, you submit. Allow the system to change its settings and it will reboot the router. Now, when this is done, it may kick you off the Wi-Fi network. So, you may have to reconnect to this network. After the settings have been configured for the Wi-Fi, you will see the boat name come up and the password. You will click connect to this Wi-Fi. Then you will input the password you have just made. After which, we'll open the Starlink app again and allow the booting process to continue as you observed. Once the booting process is done, you may see offline at the top, but give it a couple seconds and it will go online. Once it's online, you're good to go. You can do a test and browse something randomly to make sure it's working, and you can also see the amount of devices are connected and the list of those devices. Once everything is good with the system, now we can proceed with the mounting process, the permanent mounting process. Before we start mounting, we'll have to remove the kickstand bracket at the back and install the pipe adapter. So we'll simply place your hand underneath the tab, pull up and out, and after that is out, you will take the pipe adapter. Now before installing the pipe adapter, you will need to run the Ethernet cable through the adapter and into the Ethernet port. Then slide the adapter into place. After which, you can mount it onto the pipe. So, for the mounting process, we will use a 2-inch pipe. We will use scaffolding clamps in this setup. For these scaffolding clamps, I do recommend using some rubber gaskets put around the pipe and then clamp it, just to minimize a little of the vibration that may occur on board the vessel. So you will locate where the Starlink will be mounted. So you can choose a railing on the Monkey Island or somewhere else chosen prior. After it is chosen, you will run your Ethernet cable to this location. Ensure that the Ethernet cable is not hanging or passing through any doors, windows that may damage the cable. When running the cable, you can use zip ties to secure the cable along the structure to ensure it's not hanging, and that will minimize the chances of it getting nicked and cut or damaged. After the cable has been run, so the router will be on the inside and the dish on the outside. Find a location inside where it is feasible for everyone to get access to the Wi-Fi signal. If the Wi-Fi signal is not enough, an extra repeater or modem may be required. Once you found this location, the router will be plugged in constantly because it provides power to the dish and the router itself, the entire system. So once you plug it out, the internet connection will be non-existent. After finding this location, reconnect the Ethernet cable to the router, power adapter to the router, and the Ethernet cable to the dish. Ensure all connections are secure. And then you should be good to go. We did a speed test on our system and this is the result we got. This is how it looks after we have installed our Starlink on our tugboat here. As you can see, it's up there on the Monkey Island and our router is on the inside. We have an extra router that we use for the lower deck because the signal cannot penetrate through the metal as needed. So we extend via the other router downstairs. But that should conclude the setup for the Starlink system. Like I said, the Starlink system is a pretty simple system to set up. But we are happy it's here and it will improve connectivity on board. So, don't know, don't touch. Learn first. See you in the next one.